croquettes. Okay, so we are back. I'm really sorry that we've had a really long time of not doing them. It's just been so chaotic with Christmas and everything else and Corona. Well, we don't need to talk about that. And Gary's birthday. So happy birthday to cameraman Gary. Yay! Okay, so for what we're going to do, and here's I'll come and show you. Okay, so we have got a pack of spinach ricotta. They call them tortellini. I don't know why. It's tortellini. All right, that's what it is. Tortellini. Okay, you need 2 salmon fillets. Need some creme fraiche. I've put roughly about 300 mils of chicken stock. You need 2 cloves of garlic, about 5 grams of parsley, 5 grams of basil. 1 shallot chopped, 1 lemon which is zested, and 1 lemon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these back in the fridge just so that we've got it for a little while in the fridge. Okay, so it's not a very long dish to cook. Actually, I might put the tortellini in there as well. Okay, so let's move this away because this is actually on. Okay, and obviously you've got your staples like your olive oil, your salt and your pepper. Okay, so pop in your shallots. If you don't have a chopper, don't worry. You can put it in how it is. It's just that I want it a little bit more finer. Okay, your lemon zest. Your basil. Garlic. And your parsley. Okay, so make sure you get that all out. These are so handy, these choppers. You can get them really, really cheap. I got mine from a supermarket. I can't remember what one now. Normally I would tell you, but I really can't remember what one. So I think they were about a £5, maybe 10. But if you can get it on an offer, it's better. Okay, so here's it up. We'll turn that off now. Put that over there. Okay, so we've got our heat going on there. So I'm going to start putting on our pan as well. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of olive oil in that one. Put that in. And then we are also going to get our salmon. Because the tortellini really doesn't take very long either, so unpack that. And oh, the salt and pepper's over here. Okay, so pepper it. And give it a little bit of salt as well. Okay, so put them in there, and we want to pop them in for about 6 minutes. So I'm going to remind my Alexa just to tell me for 6 minutes. Okay, so I've just put my Alexa on, so she's so handy when it comes to this sort of thing. I can never remember. Okay, so we want to pop in our mix. Okay, so let's just spoon that in. Now obviously I have washed my hands, so remember to wash your hands as well. Okay, so we're just going to fry this off. smells nice. I'm going to bring our lemon over as well. Just going to roll it. So I'm going to put a bit of lemon in. Don't put it all in because you need to see whether or not it's going to balance or not. So I won't put too much in for the moment. It also helps just take that little bit off the bottom to stop it from burning. If you feel like it needs a tiny bit of help, just put a little bit of stock in as well. Okay, so I've got a bit of corn flour. Just going to put a little bit in for the moment. I think that's enough normally. Okay, so you want to mix that in. Okay, so my alarm's just gone off to get the salmon out, although the salmon doesn't want to come out today. So, doesn't matter if it breaks. If it breaks, it breaks. There's not much you can really do. I mean, this is a really nice idea as well for like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. Now beware, this is hot, this skin, so okay, so just peel off the skin. I'll get this one as well. Thing is, if you don't get the skin off while it's hot, you're not really going to get it off. Normally my fingers are like asbestos, they're really good, but salmon skin is like another level of hotness. There we go. Okay, so put your salmon like that. Okay, I know it hasn't gone too well, but never mind. There we go. It still looks kind of nice. Okay, so throw your skin away. I'm going to leave that over there for the moment. I'm going to bring this over. And okay, so I've got a kettle there. I'm just going to literally fill it up just a little bit more. It's quite nice because it's got all the flavours, like kind of from the fish as well. Okay, so we're going to pop that there. Put that back on, and then we can put the tortellini in. Okay, so back to doing this. What we're doing before it all kicked off. Okay, so you want a little bit more. Basically, you're going to thicken it up. That's what you want. So it's going to make a lovely sauce. The reason why I said don't put too much of the corn flour in it is because when you put the pasta in, it's got like starch in it as well. So I make it go even thicker. So you don't want too much. Okay, so put that there. And then I'm going to go and get the tortellini. Okay, so first thing to do is just tip the tortellini in. Okay, mind your hands though if it's really hot. Don't want to pull them apart. If you pull them apart, you end up breaking them, and then they have little holes in them, and you end up losing all your filling, which you don't want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back in just a couple of minutes, and then once all this is done, I'll start showing you the next bit. All right, back now. Okay, so our pasta's done, so I'm going to pop our sauce back on. I'm going to put a little bit of creme fraiche in. So 2 dollops, I would say. Okay, so I'm just going to put this over here. And that back in the fridge. Okay, so you know if your tortellini is done, because it will be a lot more bigger, a lot more puffier, but don't overdo them because we're going to mix them in with the sauce as well. Okay, so we want to drain these off. Drain that off, so that's done. Stir in this. Now it will look like it's split, creme fraiche always does, but it will look nice once it's done. Okay, now it's your choice, you can add a little bit of butter to this, just to make the sauce gleam a little bit, but if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine as well. It doesn't really need it, so that's that. Okay, so we're going to pop a little bit of pepper in. And a little bit of salt in. And we're just going to bring that to boil just for a second. There actually. If it's going to fit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start putting my pasta in. Just don't want it to all get stuck. It's always best to have a tiny bit of water left in your pasta. It helps it. Okay, so because mine didn't technically do what I wanted to do, we're going to make it into flakes. Just as nice. I mean, if you were presenting it as, say, like a Valentine's Day meal, that's fine as well. I mean, so if you're able to get it out a bit better, you probably could get it out in one piece if you poached it in the oven. I think I've done that before, so if you have a look on one of my videos, I'm sure I've done that before. Okay, so just big chunks of salmon. I can hear Gary salivating over this. Are you hungry, Gary? Okay, I'm just going to wash my hands quickly. Give it a bit of a stir. Just give it a couple of seconds. Now the tortellini, or tortelloni as they call it in the supermarkets, is spinach and ricotta, but you can use anything you like. I won't quite go for like the chicken or anything like that, but you can get like big pumpkin raviolis. Oh, they're really nice. You can do that. Anything that's kind of like on that kind of verge, like more of a vegetable type than that. But if you want it, I know this is fish, but you could even swap it and do some meat. So do chicken if you wanted to. If you're vegetarian, you could put corn in it. If you eat fish, great, but the corn's just as good. You can do quite a lot with it. You can change it about quite a lot. It's generally just the sauce, so that you don't change, but the rest you can change. So that kind of makes sense. Okay, so all my spoons have gone into the dishwasher. So I've got the tiniest little lasering spoon today. I'm just going to ladle this over. I don't know why, but pasta really excites me. It's one of them things where I just think, oh, it's so homely, and you just want to eat it all. So I'll just take that little bit of skin out. Try and get all the salmon if you can. I mean, if you really wanted to, if you wanted to bump it up a bit, you could technically use free salmon if you're going to flake it. So it just happened to be that I got 2 yesterday. Okay, so a bit more of that. Put that on. Just turn it off for a sec. Okay, and I'm just going to really quickly grab some of my basil. I mean, even as it is, I think it looks like a nice Valentine's Day meal. Right, pop that on. Pop it on. There you go, my coquettes. There is your salmon and tortellini. Well, thank you very much for watching, my coquettes. We really do appreciate it. So please like our channel or the page and share, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.